Hi guys! Okay, so y'all know I have been reading with Shannon over at Old American Spirit. I have been reading the American Girl book series. Like all the old historical girls from when I was a kid. They added more as I was a kid, but I did not like any of the new ones. Um, well, Rebecca seemed okay. I never actually sat down and read her books, I don't think, but my cousin had Rebecca. But she was like the only one of the newer ones that ever seemed interesting, and there was always just something about those original 8. And by that, of course, I mean Kaya, um, Felicity, Josefina, Kirsten, Addie, Samantha, Kit, and Molly. The ones that we included in our American Girl tag that Shannon and I also did. So we finished the last one this week, which was Josefina, was the last one we read. And so I thought now that I had read all 8, I would rank them. Now, nostalgia is definitely coming in to bear on a lot of these because I know for a fact that I read Felicity and Kit and Molly and Samantha and Addie. And I remember reading Kirsten as a kid. And I know I read some of Josefina's because I owned them. But I don't remember, like there were a lot of these that I just didn't remember as much. I didn't remember at all what had happened in them. I was like, did I read this? I don't even know if I read this. But I did, especially like Kirsten specifically. I remember having her books out from the library, so I know I read them. I thought I read all of them. I probably did. And I just don't remember. So the ones that I remember that as I read it, this triggered a core memory in my brain. I was like, okay. So I did give some more weight to that. Some of these maybe are not as necessarily, as maybe the quality. So some of these, it's not just the quality, it is also the nostalgia for me. The how much I loved them as a kid factor is coming to play here. And I only owned 2 of these dolls, so like it's not even really whose doll was best. Although, to be fair, let's just say collections also, like I don't think I'm counting this based on the doll collection, but that said, collection may be a correlation. How good the collection is may be a bit of a correlation with how high up a couple of these are. But I still think their stories are great. Like, I still think the way I ranked them is an acceptable way to rank these based on just the story alone. But there was one pairing in particular where I let nostalgia tip it over a little in favor of one in particular. So, my ranking of the 8 original historical American girls. Number 8, Kaya. Are you surprised? I should hope not if you watched my February wrap-up. Yeah, I just did not like Kaya as a character. I did not like her book series. The plots were interesting and all, I guess, but I finished them. I finished all the books. So, I guess that says something, but they're also like 60 pages each. I did not like the history section in her books, which I forgot to even mention in my wrap-up how much I did not like those, but we won't get into that now. It's like, that's past now, we're fine. But Kaya as a character was just so selfish and inconsiderate of other people. And, yeah, self-centered. Just so self-centered. And I just, yeah. Sorry, Kaya, but you're number 8. Number 7 is Kirsten Larson. I like Kirsten. Obviously I like her a little bit more than Kaya. Because I think her motivations for even the stupid things she does. She is a stupid character in a lot of ways, at least for the back half of her series. 1 through 4, it's not even the back half, it's 5 and 6. 1 through 4, she's not as dumb. But 5 and 6, she is just an idiot. And, like, if you've read them, or you saw my review, you probably, like, if you haven't read them, you're sitting there like, I don't know if idiot... No, she's an idiot. She does some stupid things. But she, based on her family, like, culture that we see, and just based on, like, a lot of what she does is either based on that, or that's dumb is based on that, or she just does it because she wants to help. Kaya was only focused on herself. Kirsten, at least the stupid things she does because she wants to help her family. So, yeah. Plus, yeah. So I guess that's all I have to say about those two. I'm sorry that, like, I didn't want Kirsten to be this low. She's one of the original three. Like, one of the first three American girls. I wanted her to be higher. But she's not. Number 6 is Addie Walker. I like Addie. I like Addie a lot. Like, I have... Hey, baby! They came in from outside. I like Addie a lot. She is a very kind and sweet girl, and also, like, brave and caring. And this is the point where nostalgia started to come in a little bit. Well, not so much here as much, but I didn't remember all of Addie's series as clearly as I remembered some of the others at the top. But I really did like her. I liked her as a character. I liked her, like her book series. It was great. I really liked how when they got to Philadelphia, the series, like, a lot of it did focus on church. Like, there was a lot of church-related things that took place. Actually, most of the series actually mentioned church or God. Most of the book series, obviously Kaya didn't. Kirsten had Santa Lucia, or Saint Lucia. However they called it, Saint Lucia Day, I guess. Which is saints, but, connected to Christianity. I mean, all of these have a Christmas book, so of course they have Christmas mentioned. But anyways, yeah, Addie was great. I liked Addie quite a bit. But she's number 6. Number 5, Josefina Montoya. I forgot how wonderful Josefina's series is. This is the one that nostalgia made me put her at 5 and my next one at 4. Not to spoil what my next one is, but the exploration, this is the one I haven't talked about in our wrap-up yet, so slight spoilers, I guess, for my March wrap-up, but the exploration of grief in this series was just phenomenal. I loved how the first few books focused on her relationships with her sisters, and I loved how her family was just so important, to where she only had, like, one friend outside of her family, but I love the deep Christian faith in this series. Like, this series had more Christian faith than all the rest of them combined, I feel like. This was an incredible series, and if you've not read Josefina, I highly encourage you to pick her up. Number 4, the one that beat Josefina only by sake of nostalgia, Kit Kittredge. I love Kit. Kit, is one of the ones that I definitely remember reading as a kid. The scene in book 2... The scene in book 2 where they are, like, making a Thanksgiving mural, implanted in my head firmly, as is the scene in book 2 where she's working at the soup kitchen and her dad comes in. That scene has been stuck in my head since I was probably, reading these books for the first time as a 7 or 8-year-old. And the movie did definitely impact that as well, probably, because that part is definitely in the movie, the soup kitchen scene. But yeah, I also, fun fact, I have a Kit Kittredge DS game that I still play occasionally. It's really fun. Kind of lame, as most sort of, like, property tie-in games are, but I still enjoy it quite a bit. I love Kit as a character. I love how she wants to be a reporter. That's really fun. I love her relationship with Ruthie. I love that when they had conflict, like, it actually was reasonable that they had conflict. And I love how they worked out their conflict. Like, that was wonderful. That whole plot line, I think it was in book 3, maybe? That was great. I love Kit's wit. And I love how she deals with Uncle Hendrix. Yeah, I love Kit's family. Her parents just doing the best they can. I love Charlie, her brother. I loved everything about Kit. Kit is wonderful. And I love her. Number 3, Molly McIntyre. I love Molly. Molly is wonderful. I had seen commentary online about Molly being a brat. And I was like, that's weird, because I remember loving her books as a kid. I reread this and I'm like, why do you think she's a brat? Because she doesn't want to eat turnips? Neither do I. Turnips, I don't like most vegetables, and I'm not trying turnips. I love that scene in the first book where Mom comes in and helps her with the turnips. That's just so precious. Molly is another one where I have some scenes, like, firmly implanted in my head, and they will be there forever. Um, I love her relationship with her two best friends. Baby and hubby are outside, and hubby is lion kinging baby up to see me through the window. Anyway, I love Molly's relationship with her friends. That's so precious. She has two best friends. That's also kind of weird. You don't see that a lot. Yeah, I love that ending. Man, that ending where her dad comes home. Oh, so good. Yeah, everything about Molly. I love Molly so much. Except for her collection as a doll. I actually have Molly. I don't know if I said that already. I have Molly, plural. I got rid of a lot of my Barbies and a lot of my Polly Pockets. I am so glad my parents did not let me get rid of my American Girl dolls. They're like, Morgan, these are too expensive. You are keeping these forever. And I am so glad they did, because I still have my 4 that I owned as a kid. But yeah, Molly is great. She is wonderful. Her series is wonderful. I think I didn't even look for these. I did not look at my star ratings for the series and like average them out or anything. I didn't do that. I was just like, what does my gut tell me about how much I love these? Because some of them I may have said, we'll go on to number 2, Samantha Parkington. Now, did I give more of Molly's books 5 stars than Samantha's? Yes, but I love Samantha more. And, because I think I gave all but one of Molly books 5 stars, and I think I gave 5 stars to 4 of the 6 Samantha books, I think. But, okay. The Nellie storyline is what really makes the Samantha books so good as well. Like, Samantha is a wonderful character. I love her compassionate streak, but also I love how she is determined to do what she thinks is right, no matter what, and how much she wants to help Nellie. And let me tell you, changes for Samantha. Oh, my goodness. I think that might be up there for the single best, like, it is in the running for the single best American Girl book ever written. It is so wonderful. It is so great. I love how, Samantha, like, that, and that's the one that the movie is more based on, right? The movie is based on, like, book 1. There's some of book 1, some of book 2, I think. And then it's set at Christmas, but it's more book 6 that they bring in. But yeah, her iconic speech about factories, even though I don't think she would have won. Her iconic rivalry with Eddie Ryland. Eddie, 3 times... Samantha, you're so dumb, you probably think 3 times 4 is 12. Eddie, 3 times 4 is 12. I love her. I love everything about her. And yeah, she is wonderful. And also her doll collection was incredible. I never owned any of her outfits, but like, come on, they're gorgeous. So yeah, I love Samantha and love Nellie. I love, yeah. Honestly, no, I was going to say if I take into account the best friend books. Ruthie, Kit's friend, has the best friend book. But Samantha's is pretty good too. Like, Nellie's book is pretty good. But now, who on earth could top Queen Bee Samantha Parkington? I'll tell you who. Felicity Merriman. That's who. Oh my goodness. Felicity is my number 1. I love her. I have always loved her. I think she has always been my favorite. I love her horses. I love her and Penny. Her and Penny's relationship is so wonderful. But also, like, the Felicity book explored some kind of deep themes here. Like, how can you be friends with people with whom you have such deep political disagreements? Because, like, that's part of the plot of this series, is that the Coles are definitely loyalists, and Felicity is a patriot. Her best friend is a loyalist, and she kind of learns, and her grandfather's a loyalist too. She kind of learns, it's okay. You can be friends with people who disagree with you, and that's a really good lesson that people today should maybe learn. But yeah, even disagree with you about something so important that people are about to start shooting each other over it. Yeah, but her, independent streak and her encouraging a Penny's independent streak, thank you, but I will take no tea. Like, everything about Felicity is such an icon. I love her. Felicity is the other one of the historicals that I own. I own 2 of the historicals, Molly and Felicity. And I love Felicity Merriman so much. Her book series is so incredible. And yeah, Felicity's surprise, man, that storyline with the dress and her going to the ball and Ben escorting her to a loyalist ball, even though he is like the most patriot person to ever patriot. He's like, you've been working your tail off to help your family. I will take you to this ball no matter what. Like, Oh, guys, I love this book series so much. And then Penny comes back. Oh, but then at the end, like her forgiveness of Jiggy Nye, no matter like, yeah, it's, oh my goodness. Felicity is so good. And yeah, so that is my ranking of the American Girl books, which was really just a gush about how much I love the American Girl books, except for Kaya. We won't talk about Kaya. But yeah. It's kind of interesting too. Shannon and I were kind of noticing as we were reading that for a lot of these series, like the books tended to be strongest like the series tended to be, because all these series, they're obviously all named the same, right? Meet Felicity, Felicity Learns a Lesson, Felicity's Surprise, Happy Birthday Felicity, Felicity Saves the Day, and then changes for Felicity. Except for Kaya, because she has to be special and different. As you can remember, I don't like Kaya. But, and like, I understand why Happy Birthday Kaya wouldn't work, but seriously, you could have made the rest of them work too. Like, Kaya Learns a Lesson, that doesn't have to just be a schoolroom book. You can do something different with that. Kaya's Surprise, yeah, she doesn't celebrate Christmas, but you can still do a Christmas, like, or a book with the same themes. Kaya Saves the Day, that should be the most applicable of all of them, but no. Which Kaya could never save the day because she's too busy focused on herself. But anyways, lots of Kaya shade in this video because I did not like Kaya. But we were noticing, Shannon and I were noticing, I liked a lot of the Meet books just because they were, again, just so iconic because they are the introduction of these characters. The Meet books were usually really strong. We noticed the Christmas book, the surprise book, was usually pretty strong, and the weakest book was almost always Saves the Day because the girls almost never saved the day. Or, well, not always. Sometimes they did. Addie saved the day. Samantha saved the day. Felicity did too. I will say Felicity did. But like, Kit and Kirsten caused all of the problems in the Save the Day book. Like, it was entirely their own fault. Everything that went wrong. So, did they actually save the day? Can you call it saving the day when the entire thing is your fault? Probably not, no. But it was still really fun. But anyway, so that was a fun trend we were noticing. Like, oh, Save the Day book is almost always the weakest book. I think in every single series, the Save the Day book would be the weakest one. Molly, maybe not. Molly's is either Molly Learns a Lesson or Molly Saves the Day. Probably. But anyways, just there's some thoughts on the American Girl series after I just finished binge reading them. Did you read the American Girl books as a kid? Who was your favorite? Have you read them as an adult? Who is your favorite now? Because I don't know if I would have said Felicity was my favorite. Probably would have said Felicity was my favorite as a kid, but I don't think the rankings would have been quite the same. So that is all for today. Please make sure that you like and subscribe, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.